So,
About here or something. Well, we'll go over it.
yeah.
Go next to the car.
Now, I've got over an hour of footage looking for them for you.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, great.
Because if you'd have let us know earlier, I would have just got them when I got mine.
Idiot.
But that's what I was going to ask you. For the next locks, do you want us to get them for you?
You could do it, or even just let us know where if you see them, because I didn't realise you something about here or something. I didn't realise you sort of live so close.
Yeah,
so.
the only reason I did is because I watched your video when you went looking for them, and immediately I recognised the B&M, which
yeah.
sounds very sad, but I immediately recognised
it
it.
gets to that point, doesn't it, when you're walking around that much. But this year I went to one store. There was the Riot one, and I was like, nah, no, couldn't be doing it. So yeah, that was the. So that happened.
Oh well. I mean,
there might be in there, or that.
I know. I was curious about that. I was thinking, if I go in there and they're there.
No, there could just be. I thought, well, we'll meet at one anyway, and get them over. But it's I've been to a couple, and I really just wanted to walk in and get them this time.
Well, I've been basically name a B&M in the northeast. I've been to it.
Bloody hell.
I've been
I did
to
that the one time on the video when I went around and drove myself crazy. But yeah.
I'll give you a tip. If you can, get the direct line number.
Yeah.
But some don't give you it. And half the time they don't. Most of the time they're not going to answer. And not all of them get at the same time. Like that, I was lucky getting it like one because they hadn't got the delivery yet. Because there's been a person, a really weird person.
I'd love to know who they are. The ones
who goes round the who keeps going round, gets all the sets and then leaves 3 of the Necros sets. Just leaves 3.
Oh, they leave them. Oh, that's good.
Because that happened in Jarrow, that happened at the Metro Centre one, and that also happened at Northumberland Park one. And it was so weird.
It's so annoying though, because B&M is such a how do I put it, normal retail, like, you know, it's another shop that deals with this kind of stuff. It's not like Forbidden Planet, whereas
I mean, if these were Forbidden Planet, I can tell you they'd be double the price.
There would be, yeah. That's the
because
pros and cons. B&M's cheaper.
The RRP for these,
but they don't know, the poor staff don't know what's going on.
No.
Like,
well, most of them don't.
Yeah.
My local one does.
They have an idea. Yeah.
Well, they have an idea because I go there a lot and they recognise us.
I imagine it gets to a point where you have the same people popping up.
Well, I might be guilty of the reason why some other stores may have not got a delivery last year, because my B&M, because I pestered them so much, they said, right, we'll order 4 lots in of Dalek sets.
Did you get the 4?
I didn't buy 4. No, I mean 4 boxes of them.
Wow.
No, I did buy 1 full box worth, but that wasn't just for me.
So all the stock was redirected?
Yeah, basically, I mean, people joke saying, just have it redirected to my house. It'd probably be cheaper for them, to be honest.
Yeah. It's good. Well, last time they were like, oh, we'll be putting them online now and stuff.
Yeah.
But then that didn't go very well.
Mind, they haven't gone online for that much. They're like, I don't know, 15-ish quid more.
Yeah.
Something.
Especially when selling them, it would with the fees and stuff with eBay, it wouldn't be worth it.
No, something I wanted to ask you about, because of the whole Wallace Gromit thing.
Okay, so
are you aware? Because I haven't seen you post about it at all. Are you aware of the Shaun the Sheep promotion with St. Oswald's?
Oh yeah.
Have you actually seen the statues?
I've been meaning to do it as a video. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you 3 of them are
vandalised. Yeah, been seeing that. I've been keeping up with it
because I've been reporting on it.
Yeah.
And I found another one that was vandalised. They sprayed the eyes silver, and they've taken a knife to the side of the head.
It's mental, isn't it?
I was just like,
that
why?
Shows, I want to do a video on it and say, like, you know, that's why you can't have nice things.
This is why it's just like, why? Like,
and it hasn't been as bad other places. I know in Bristol and that.
One of them's outside of Phoenix though, that was smashed.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell do you do it outside of Phoenix window?
If you got any photos and bob them over, because they report on them online. But
I have been reporting on them, and last time I reported, they said they're not taking any of them away now.
Yeah.
because the promotion ends 27th, I think, of September,
They're not gonna be-
and they said what they're going to do is just wait until then take them all away, and then refurbish them as much as they can, and then auction them at charity.
Yeah. It is sad because I'd looked into the Grommet Unleashed stuff beforehand, which was the Grommet version, and then I was like, oh, they did the Shaun the Sheep one, so they mean it to like do it before.
Yeah, I also say
yeah.
if you're missing any Wallace Grommet or Shaun the Sheep merchandise,
Got the whole shop on that, haven't they?
if you go to St Oswald's on Gosforth High Street or Civic Centre,
Yeah.
there's a shopping Civic Centre, it's much cheaper. Like, I saw they had the golden Grommet mug and the regular one for $12.99.
Oh really?
$12.99, yeah.
They were $18.99 on the
Well,
website.
I normally get mine. I've been getting mine from the Pleasure Beach. Do you ever been there?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Whether I
How come I've been there, you haven't?
I just haven't. It's a thing. People have mentioned it before, and I'm like, no, I've never. If I was there, I'd go. You know.
I mean, some of the stuff is more expensive. I recently got the rocket ship vase because it was $10.99 on Xavi. So
Well, it's been nice enough that they've sent some stuff, like the cookie jar and that.
yeah.
At the time, they were like, oh, we'll send them out because the Grommet mug videos were doing well. So I'll have to look into.
I was wondering, because I was thinking in my head, if you contacted Al Dwar, he might send you them.
You might. I don't know.
Although saying that, now that you've spoken to me, you probably won't, because I'm blacklisted from him.
Blacklisted? Why?
He hates me. Really, really hates me.
Oh,
With a passion.
can you explain?
Because I reported on leaks, which is how he noticed me initially.
Right.
But then also I gave honest reviews, because a lot of I'm not saying any names, but quite a few YouTubers just like say, oh yeah, this is great, go buy it, and that's basically the review.
Especially if you get sent them. But someone who did do an honest review, I remember the friggin' one of the most prolific Doctor Who reviewers, it turned out to be a murderer.
Oh, him, yeah. I've got backlash from reporting on that, because apparently me reporting on a news story affects the trial.
Yeah, I heard something like that. I was just.
I was shocked because he inspired me in some ways, like, but like now it's like,
he commented stuff before, like I'd interacted with him in the comments before, you know, when he'd said,
yeah,
it's mental, that's crazy.
it's just like one of those. The thing is though, like, the thing is, I could see, like it was like I was half surprised, half wasn't.
Yeah, it's like a repressed, as if he was.
But the thing is, there was a lot of, let's just say, rumours going around about him, about certain stuff he may have on his laptop that was going around, and there was other things going around,
Yeah,
which
I hadn't heard any of that, so it was a complete.
no, well,
surprise, you know.
but basically, you know, like, it keeps getting postponed his trial, but like,
Yeah.
if you look at the, I'm not saying anything, but if you look at the evidence,
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I've looked at it myself. It's like you can't spin it anywhere.
I kind of get that one Grommet mug though, that you've got the one that was released in between the Half Moon Bay and the
white
PG Tips ones.
The white one, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know exactly. I don't know how I got it. It was a one-off listing on eBay.
I've seen it once on eBay and it was £70.
Yeah, and it was only, I think, my video where I was like, wait, this isn't this one, and it isn't this
Yeah.
one either. It's an in-between one. It was like 2014 it came out. So, yeah, I imagine maybe because of that it's raising price. But I don't know, the Al Dwar stuff, I don't know if he'd...
I mean, I'd love to interview him though. And
I know.
I'm going to show
I've been doing a few
You have a
interviews.
look. You have a look at this. I want your opinions. What is wrong with that?
I'll get down on the floor. So, well, I like the window boxes originally.
Yeah, it's more sturdy.
But what I hate about these is how they've missed. I've forgotten not Revelation.
Resurrection.
Resurrection, that's the one.
Oh yeah, he's annoyed at me about that as well because
Yeah.
I pointed that out.
I wanted to comment on that. That's what I don't like about it.
He's done a 180. He's going to now do one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because basically when
know
I found basically someone sent me a little forum group where he said, "Oh, I'm not doing a Revelation. There's no resurrection."
It's got a really striking the black and white Dalek and the.
Yeah, well, he said I might do the Davros from it, but then suddenly everyone had an uproar about it.
This should have been an extra set because every other one, it's strange that Richard Donald.
Yeah.
I love that they've done it, but it could have been. This would have been Resurrection. Then you could have had a 5 Doctor set.
Yeah, it just feels weird. It feels like one of those extra ones.
Yeah.
But
Nice though.
can you see what's wrong with the Dalek?
Dalek.
Because this is what annoys me most about. Because this could have been a really accurate Dalek.
I mean, he's quite nice. I like the lights and everything on him.
The lights are right.
No.
Yes, the eye is
stalk,
wrong.
Yeah, the eye stalk. Is that it?
No, the gun is wrong,
Oh, okay.
and it's also missing the oval.
Oh yes, that was it because the oval's faintly visible. I remember.
But the thing is,
On the
it
prop.
depends on lighting.
Yeah,
Like, it's still
there. It's like, but what I don't get with this is that if I was doing this, you'd just inspect the pictures, wouldn't you? If you
Well, the thing is, I'm convinced he just uses he literally glances over stuff
yeah,
because he once got the Hartnell's trousers the wrong colour. Your revelations in the bottom there. There's
second 5 Doctors.
yeah, there's your receipts in case there's out wrong with it.
Got monies as well.
But yeah, the thing is though, all the parts for that exist.
Yeah, that's what's annoying.
I-
When I was a kid, even I'd look at this stuff and go, well, that's nice, but you can see just when colours are wrong and stuff.
Yeah.
It's when things can be avoided, you know. And with the Revelation one, because
He was closer with that.
You can use all this, yeah. Yeah. You can use all this since I'm not doing the video on it this time around, so you can,
Right.
we can do this. Oops.
Stay still.
So I love these. The design, I think the eye, is the eye completely new?
The eye is a new eye, and it is
Yeah.
more accurate.
Yeah, it is. What the thing is with these is how they've done them again, and still haven't done the shape, the skirt shape.
Yeah, I can. Though to be fair to
pretty big
the
thing.
B&M budget isn't there for that. That would be because people think it's a small tweak, and I think the budget might have gone down on these.
Possibly.
I do know the fact that B&M. This is why the Dalek sets are being easier to get for some people, for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Because B&M, what they did is they doubled their order of Dalek sets, but decided to not forgo the 3-packs,
Yeah.
apart from the one that we're
That's
getting.
the point. To be fair, I've just been getting the Daleks because of one room, and I just mainly get the Daleks.
Well,
So
the 3-pack is going to be basically, it's going to be the 4th Doctor in Time Lord get-up, the President, and Chancellor Goth, and it's basically
Time Lords.
going to be 3 of the same figure, just different heads in different colours.
Yeah, which they've been doing a bit with the Tenants and that. haven't
I mean,
Yeah,
the
it's-
last year's 3-packs are down to $7.99.
they? I'm surprised. Yeah.
I mean, the 8th Doctor one's worth it for that.
I like the 8th Doctor one, yeah, it's always nice to see McGann stuff. But with these, yeah, it's when you have the Eagle Moss figures and they're like, very different
Yeah.
next to these ones. But yeah, it's sort of a shame that they're,
I should have
the
brought my
same,
proper
like-
camera.
I would plan to do duplicates. It's a shame that they're duplicates. But, yeah, I like them apart from that.
I mean, I'm more looking forward to the next lot because we're getting off a proper new series one, which is meant to be Dalek Sec and some
Yes.
Bronze Dalek.
What I'm really hoping is, well, here's the thing. When I went through my head and Battle Begin, I went through each of the stories and it was like Resurrection and stuff. And I was hoping to get to Dalek and maybe do a one of like the clean, new series Dalek.
Yeah.
And then a damaged version or something. But you couldn't have all the sculpted stuff. Then there is. I wish they'd done the guards from the 9th Doctor, the Partner of the Ways.
Yeah, I mean, they did the 3 3/4 inch ones.
So I would have loved to have seen a 2-pack of just 2 of the guards.
Well, there was that
There's
one
like 4
Toys R Us
variants.
one.
Yeah, there was that one with a plunger,
Yeah.
but there's the different arms and stuff. But to have a bronze and a Dalek set would be nice. What I'm really hoping is to do the Paradigm when they get to there.
I'm hoping next year we get that Emperor Davros.
Yeah, that's the point as well, because they found the sculpt,
That-
didn't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
I mean, apparently the sculpt for the hurdle was broken or lost. Or,
Yes, they redid it. So they can redo some, but
Although a lot of the time when he redoes it, it's not as good. Like the Terror of the Zygons 4th Doctor,
yeah,
he had that fit sculpt, but he decided not to use it, and he made his own version, which was worse
yeah,
because the person who made that original one no longer works for him. I don't know if he's still associated with him, but
yeah.
It's
But
like,
the thing is, that I don't think you could get a Paradigm in there, in the box. You might be able to, like,
I mean, by the time we get to them,
they might make them bigger, but it's changed so much, hasn't it? When it started, I was like, finally we're gonna have a set of the, you know, the Daleks and packaging that matches, sort of thing. But it's
well, I mean, it
it's never
changes up.
gonna
What I don't get is how come, like with the sonic screwdriver, the standard version had this starry design,
happen. Yes.
this black, which I think looks nicer than white.
The special one, which I've got, then adds the yellowy bits, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I've got both versions of them, and like the standard one, God, they really skimped on it.
Yeah.
No special sound effects, no special light
Yeah, I
effects.
heard that. Yeah. I do like the packaging on that one. Reminds us of the Smith Sonic because it's the the blues and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of
in the packaging.
reminiscent of them, but
That was the first one that I got. Series 5 was all blues. And
I will say also the paint on the slacks on them have been very hit and miss with,
I can see that now.
because for some reason this time around they've moulded them in the colour of the mesh rather than the slats,
Yeah.
which I don't get why.
I like they've tried to do the collar thing, even though it's
Well, they tried that though. He forgot to put the mesh on there,
yeah. So it's just blank.
so it looks a little bit odd.
We're getting
Plus,
there. It's
they're not glossy either.
baby steps, yeah.
Like, I don't know how he didn't get the glossy paint job correct,
Yeah.
because he got it right previously. It's like one of those things where,
because you'll go, oh look, they've done that right. Surely it'll be right. Then it's like, oh, they've done this, but then they haven't done that. So,
it's like 2 steps forward, 12 steps back, and
Yes,
it's just bizarre.
but yeah, so is that your one?
Yup, my one, yeah. Because when you messaged me, I'd already picked up an extra lot for someone else, but they didn't want them. So I thought,
Oh,
all right,
right,
I can just give you them. Screw you. But then I had a look at them. I thought, I quite fancy having 4 lots of each myself.
That's the thing with the duplicate ones. You can get more of them. But
Yeah,
I do like. It's like for Revelation, they could have done a grey one, right? It's
They
slightly
could have.
different.
I don't know.
There's that many grey.
Alduar seems to hate the 80s though.
It does, yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't want the TARDIS.
Well, literally no room. It's a cool, but there are so many TARDISes. If I got one, I'd have to
And
get
it's
them
non-electronic. For
all. So I like them, but I've just had to.
I still don't know why that was the case, because like they did it last year, so
Yeah.
I mean at least the price
don't know.
reflects it.
The one I did get was the second Doctor in the coat. With
The online exclusive one.
Online
Right.
one, yeah.
I mean that one was basically just a repaint of the unreleased 5 Doctors one, which
Yeah, again, digging up the old figures and stuff.
I mean he says we're never going to get it, although part of me thinks it's just spiked. I don't know.
Potentially. It's a weird place, but hopefully hopefully for the 60th things.
Well, that's the thing. I would have thought there would have been more, because like the 14th Doctor figure that was released, it's actually sculpted round the back underneath the coat. There's actually pocket detail and everything.
Yeah.
And clearly, I think that was meant to be one of the 3 packs. But because B&M says, look, Dalek Sex fly off the shelves, 3 packs we cannot get rid of for the life of it.
Hey, we'll probably get. I think we'll get some, like, of characters from the 60s, probably in the B&M sets and that. Surely because of the Martin Push thing, but
They're supposed to supposedly get the standard Sonic.
yeah,
I imagine that'll be with the next wave.
more generalised. But still, compared to the 50th was amazing, and I don't think.
Are you going to see it at the cinema if it's at the cinema?
Well, the thing is, with there being 3, I don't know how they'd do that. I would.
Well, they might do them back to back because the 2 Dalek films,
Yes.
they screened them at the cinema
yeah.
and they did them
Yeah.
back to back, and they had like a interval in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I saw the Doctor in the cinema. In
So did I.
3D. That was cool, and I was like, this top. But yeah, I loved like 2013 and all that was.
I mean, I was perceived as the weirdo because I was amazed how many normies went in.
Because everyone loved Doctor Who then. I went with me nana.
Like, I saw a few people with fezzes, but I had my proper scarf and that on fully. And people were just like looking, just like, why is he dressed like that?
Because it's a shame because I remember being at school and it was like almost cool to like Doctor Who then. Because it was like
It was never cool for me.
the David Tennant era, it was because I got into it with Matt Smith. It's a full interview, and there was the other kids all liked Tennant, but it was like a Tennant and Smith sort of scrap on the plate and in the playground. But there was, everyone had seen it, sort of thing back then.
I mean, I was kind of like, I don't know, hipster or whatever you want to call it, because while everyone else was liking Tennant, Max Smith, I was going off watching Tom Baker, John Pertwee and everything.
Yeah.
And I was just going, oh, this is all so much better than this. And, just referencing stuff.
The way because I got into it with Matt Smith, and then my dad was, he loved John Pertwee, that was his absolute favourite, so he put the old ones on. And I mostly just found it hilarious to watch, like the Sea Devils flying off cliffs and stuff. I loved all that.
Do you buy the Blu-ray sets? Have you? Season 20's coming out on Monday.
Quite soon.
I don't know if you know, but I've had a right time with them.
Oh, as in the quality and stuff?
No, arriving damaged.
Yeah, quality control.
Yeah, the problem is the boxes were designed to hold 6 discs.
But they put more in them.
When you get to 8 or 9, the weight of them is too heavy.
Yeah.
Plus, they're really poorly, like the flaps align with the disc spindles, and that's normally where they get damaged.
Yeah. The only thing I've had with them is like a bit of damage on the corners, but I've been lucky with the disc inserts. They've been alright.
I mean, I send them back. If they're damaged, I'm sending them back. Like a lot of people go, oh, they're damaged. What a shit. And it's like, you've got to complain, otherwise you don't get them back.
Yeah.
Although, I might have kept the booklets. I mean, to be fair, the hassle I went through.
Yeah.
Because my season 2, I haven't got a perfect season 2, but I had to replace that, I think about 6 or 7 times. Because they just kept arriving damaged, and each one was more damaged than the last one.
I had that with bloody Eagle Moss, God rest their souls, that died. The figurines.
Yeah, B&M had them for a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
And I managed to get the best ones, because I got the 8th Doctor and Lucy Miller set, which had the time control in, and I got the Jamie one. And that, I got the the only ones you'll see now are the Whittaker ones. Which,
yeah.
I mean, there's a reason they're lining the shelves.
Yeah, it speaks some volume, but yeah. How are you feeling about the 60th annulment here?
I mean, to be honest, part of me's a bit ooh about it, but then part of me goes just like, yeah, I'm more excited about the Blu-ray sex, to be honest. I'm most excited about season 20, not for, the actual season itself. I'm looking forward to seeing Janet Fielding and Peter Davison fighting in a car. That's the highlight. Take my money.
I wish he did another. I don't think it will happen, but another 5-ish Doctors. I love that.
Well, I mean, there's been talks about that to the cows come home. I wish they'd do a sequel to An Adventure in Space and Time.
Yeah,
because there was talk.
All of those things made the 50th what it was.
Yeah, I mean, the 50th itself for me was the weakest out of everything that came out.
At the anniversaries?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the episode itself?
The episode itself was the weakest thing. Like for me personally, the best thing was An Adventure in Space and Time. Like then, as a fan, the 5-ish Doctors, and then the 50th itself. It felt like less of a 50th anniversary and more like it would have been more of an anniversary of the new series.
Yeah, I did love them all though, at the time.
I mean, we got John Hurt out of it.
Yeah.
And 4 big finishes out of him.
It was amazing. But there's just got, to me, are there going to be other Doctors in the 60th? To me, if there's not, I will cry. Like.
Well, there is.
They've got to, well.
Because most people forget most of the stuff has been filmed in studio behind closed doors.
Yeah. It's got to be.
And there's a high rumour that Peter Capaldi was possibly spotted.
Yeah.
Because the studio that they were filming in, there was a lot of, basically every time there were days when they didn't bother, but there were some days where basically they put up black curtains.
Alright.
Of people apparently sneaking people in.
There's got to be. You can't go from the 50th and that and to just have Tennant,
Yeah.
Because I love Tennant. I think it was
Big Finish's 60th is really weird.
And yeah,
because it's just a bunch of stories.
Finishes really
It's just a bunch of random stories which have a little bit at the beginning, a little bit at the end.
Yeah, every Big Finish is a multi-doctor story, so it's...
The fifth one came out today.
Yeah.
I downloaded it, I haven't listened to it yet. That one's David Tennant, Michelle Gomez,
Yes, I saw
which
the covers for it.
is interesting. What I'm annoyed about is they've only sent out the first CD, but it didn't have the slip card.
Oh, yeah.
And I rang them up about it and they said, oh, no one's got the slip card, they'll be sent with the next lot. And I was just like, oh, for God's sake. I'm also annoyed they stopped doing the vinyls. Because they were...
It'll be expensive for them to produce.
Yeah.
To a Big Finish.
If you ever wanted any MP4 rips of any of the box sets or anything else,
Yeah.
let us know.
Would do. I would dream of playing all the when you get the massive sets and they just...
Yeah, well, what I do is I rip them all, the discs, convert them all MP4, and then the box set goes on the shelf and then it never moves off there again, so I don't have to touch it,
Yeah.
because they are fragile as hell. They are really, really fragile. Plus it's just more convenient. Did you get the Dalek film 4K releases?
The Peter Cushing ones.
Yeah.
I don't think I did. They had the cartoony covers, didn't they? Because I got the previous Steelbooks. It had Steelbook
I mean,
releases of them.
the 2022 remasters
Yeah.
blow the original out of the water.
Yeah.
They do look amazing, and
I'd seen it on the big screen. I'd seen that. So
they do look really good.
yeah.
Although I'm surprised that they didn't. It's still mono. The audio is still mono, which
Still not still.
I asked Mark Ayres about it, and I said, "Why is it mono?" And he said, "Oh, because it's from the 60s and it's old." And then I asked him, "Well, how come from Power you could do a surround sound?"
Yeah. Well, they can
Never got back to me
do it.
after that.
Yeah, they can do it. It's just a matter of budget and want.
I mean, 5 Doctors in this box set is the first ever Doctor Who release to have a Dolby Atmos mix.
Yeah. Which would be interesting if it
Yeah.
was a...
It's a shame I don't have a £8,000 speaker system from my house. That's a shame. But it's still,
Pineapple around.
I mean, I do. At least I've got a 4K OLED TV, so
Yeah, I've got one too. So
yeah, always keep
collection
them.
I've got them all lined up, and I mean to watch them all. Maybe not all, but I want to just have a lot of them in order, and then.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I was discussing it with someone. I'm wondering whether the 60th will actually go out week after week, or will it be a case of the first one goes out and then they all go to iPlayer?
Nah.
I don't know.
But I'm trying to think. What I'm wondering is which one will be on the actual 16th, because surely one of them's got to be.
Well, it's either going to be the first or the last. I
don't know.
think the rumour is it's going to be. Well, they said it throughout November.
Yeah.
So, like,
Do you think the last maybe?
maybe the last. Some people are saying, oh, it's the first one that's on there, but then that means there's basically a week left. So, I don't know.
Because the 50th, the lead up was all to the 50th, the day.
Yeah, we haven't really got much for the 60th.
I'm waiting for that thing to happen.
Like, there's the Underwater
pre-announced-
Menace.
They pre-announced that it was multi-doctor as well. Which this time I'm hoping they're going to do a Spider-Man thing and just have them pop up in the
Speaking of Spider, I got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
Got that steel.
That's
Yeah.
good, yeah.
I'm annoyed though they did the thing where they make slight little alterations.
So that.
I'm just like, I'm fine with them doing that as long as the original version's on there.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, films are becoming more like games where, you see the initial version and then by the time it comes
Patch
out
them.
proper,
That's what they were doing. Yeah.
it's different.
Patching them up. They were.
Like, for example, Power of the Daleks, you can't buy you can't get the original version anymore. The animated one, the original one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which means that there are because in the 2020 version they cut out some scenes,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which for me annoys the hell out of me. Also, Anne-Marie Walsh is infamous for cutting corners. For example, she wouldn't do Patrick Troughton's tartan trousers.
Yeah.
It has a hilarious special feature on there though. There's a special feature that says, this animation of Patrick Troughton playing his recorder was too complicated to animate it. So here is the scene from the 2016 animation where it was animated. It's just like, so you could do it in 2016, but you couldn't do it in 2020.
It's you know, just I think it depends on the person. If you're into it and love Doctor Who, then you would do it. If people are doing it as a job, you're like, I'm not going to pay enough.
Well, the thing is, most of the people who were working on it were massive Doctor Who fans, like Rob Ritchie,
Yeah.
who lives here, by the way.
Oh, I didn't realise you did.
Yeah. Though.
Just in the store.
Yeah, he lives in B&M. Everyone lives in B&M. Go visit. I've kept my eyes out every time just to see if I could spot him, but as far as I'm aware, especially since he's got a baby now, he very rarely leaves the house.
Bloody hell. Just imagine you're waiting like a wildlife thing.
Yeah, but he's not involved with them anymore. He hasn't been involved with the current one, although his assets are being used. Like his TARDIS, thankfully, is being used. But like out of all ones, like Underwater Menace, it's like, I mean,
But I hope is that they've like found stuff.
wow, there was that thing because they popped up on BritBox like listings for them,
Yeah.
which I don't know, because it could be a case like someone's been naughty and nicked one of them again.
I know.
Which,
It's annoying that people know they exist,
yeah.
that they're out there, and
The BBC doesn't help themselves though, because they will not give you any money for them.
no.
Because
there was
in their eyes
some-
it's their property.
Yeah, if there was some kind of robot.
Like they used to offer a free Dalek.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh well.
they don't offer that anymore. Like a free Dalek at least is worth, you know, about 3.5, 4 grand. Well, maybe double
If you
that.
miss an episode, then you never full like a paradigm.
Just like have the entire
Alignment.
thing. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna, unfortunately, I mean, most of the stuff is basically stuff I'm not really interested in. Like most of them are supposedly the space pirates. It's like, of course it is.
Oh yeah.
Of course it
Yeah.
is. The one
Oh,
that
the
was
bloody-
made in a rush
On the
and
bloody
barely
12
has Patrick
episodes.
Troughton in it.
12 episodes of the Daleks Master Plan, let's say.
Well, the thing is, Dalek's Master Plan, everyone raves about that. The thing is, though, it's
Really long and tedious.
it's like, well, half of it wasn't meant to be 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Half of it is literally just the chase again.
It's one of those things where I kind of like that it is lost because it sounds. There was once this massive 12-part Dalek blockbuster. You'd never be able to see it, but it was like really good, and it makes it sound much better.
Well,
if
I
it
mean,
would
it
be-
depends. It depends because it probably would have looked really good though, because
some-
Douglas Camfield directed it, so it probably was pretty good.
We'd love to see that stuff. And then those guys colorized a whole episode of it.
Yeah.
Shame BBC won't like release that or something as well.
Then there's the Ian Levine animation. I might actually show you. If you haven't seen it, it is calling it animation. It's basically puppet mouth movements.
Just a go.
And the thing is though, he wants the money first.
Yeah.
Like he basically wants the money first, and then. But the thing is, as I say, how do I know? Plus, he wants it basically direct transfers. Like he doesn't want it made as like a business transaction, because then he basically has to show something. If you do it as that way, because like the thing is though, like Ian Levine, I'm not giving you £100+, you know, for something that might never happen.
It is a strange character.
Like, you know, I mean, part of me, I do appreciate Ian Levine, but it's just like one of those things.
It's the thing where you go, oh, I've done some cool things, but
Like, oh, I mean, Doctor in Distress it exists.
it does,
I have the 12-inch version.
as you do.
I've played it once. Never again. Because why would I?
Well, I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm got.
speak the money. I'll give you the monies. And those into the vehicle.
I'm very worried about the next Wallace and Gromit though.
Worried about the next Wallace and Gromit.
Well, it basically has no one from any of the originals working on it.
Big part of.
Bah, he's not really like. The thing is, so I would have went, oh yes, but then I remembered. Wait a minute, Early Man was a thing.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, Bob Baker was. I think people underestimate Bob Baker.
I know, because he passed, like, was it last year? Really recently.
And I think it was 2021. I know he passed literally just after he filmed the In Conversation. And he was like, right, do I have a pound
Looks well
sheet?
dodgy.
Yeah, I carry a bum bag. Because it's been it is being boiled. Have I got a £1 coin? 50p. Oh my god,
You
a
just have
pound.
the 45 for the for searching round. You can keep it.
There you go.
You alright?
No, it's just, here you go. Here you go, I'm a proper businessman.
There you go.
Yeah. I blame you for my light blowing up the other day.
Your light blown up, why is that?
I don't know, I turned on the light and it went pop and I only changed the bulb 3 weeks ago. So, it's your fault that happened.
Oh well. Damn.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
If you want, so let us know and I'll pick up the next lot, because it'll be much easier when I go and just get my own lot and I'll just pick up an extra thing, so you don't want 50 of them.
Yeah. I might have a look, just literally the Daleks, but if...
I'm actually going to go in there. I can't help, I'm so curious. I'm going in there.
Have a look. But if you ever just see them, what you can do is just let us know. If it's here or anywhere in the northeast, I can just go. And
the problem is though, by the time you get, like, it's like on the Dr. Merchandise page, by the time you know about them and by the time you get there,
yeah, that's the thing.
plus you've got to beat that scalper who is the weirdest scalper I've ever seen, who buys them all but leaves 3.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
I'd love
why?
to meet any of them, shake the hand. Nah, I'd love to just go, oh, well, that's interesting. They exist, because you never see them. But yeah.
Yeah. Get to that Shaun the Sheep thing before it goes away.
Well, yeah, I want to get it done before it goes, before they're all smashed up. But interesting to do. But yeah,
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Let us know if there's any.
Or if I go, yeah, well, when the video goes out, I'll send you a link, and it'll be hilarious though if it is.
So I'm gonna be famous on YouTube now.
Oh, see you later. Yeah.